All right, we are here now with Coach Enright after a tough loss today for Keene State. It was obviously you guys had the lead for most of the game, but things kind of got away there the last few minutes. What was your message to the team in the locker room?
Yeah, my message was really kind of it's a double-edged sword here. Like, obviously, like going into this game, our non-conference strength of schedule was 4th in the country, and we hadn't played Tufts yet, so that's going to go up after playing Tufts. Like, it's going to be a top 1, 2, or 3 non-league strength of schedule. So, like, the reality is like we did this on purpose because we have new guys and new roles, and we have some young guys that I think are going to be really good. So they got to go through this process and learn how to win, you know? And so, like, the one side of that is I think we're going to be ultra prepared when it really matters down the stretch, and I really like this team. The other side is you are what your record says you are, and we're a 2-4 team, so we need to learn how to win some of these close games, you know, and we've been in a lot of them to start. You know, I don't like credit to Tufts, like they just kind of buckled down and were more physical down the stretch, and basically like they were doing what we've been doing to people. You know, it's just dominating the glass and strapping up down the stretch in the games we've won. You know, and we were unable to win the physicality battle down the stretch. We gave up 3 or 4 free throw rebounds, and like those were the differences in the game. We had a couple bad decisions down the stretch offensively. You know, missed some open shooters at the end of the shot clock, missed some open shots. You know, I probably should have burned the timeout against the zone, but thought we could get him on the play we put in, and we did get him. Like Isaac got a wide open 3, just didn't go in. You know, we trust him to make that shot, and we know he's going to get another opportunity later on. So at the end of the day, it's like we got an opportunity to learn and keep learning and keep getting better. So now it's time to flip it to Castleton on Wednesday, and if we're angry, take it out on them. You know, we have an opportunity to win 2 league games upcoming. You know, Wednesday and Saturday, one on the road in Castleton, one at home in UMass Boston. And now is the time for us to flip the page to that and learn from what's happened today and learn from what's happened in these non-league games to start the year, you know. And look, like there were 3 people that didn't pick us to win the league again this year. So, like, these guys want to prove that they can win the Little East, then yeah, take it out on Castleton, go play. You know, like it is what it is, make the adjustment, and let's go compete. You know, so that's the message to the team.
So, Coach, I mean, you know, lots of different – you guys had a lot of rotation today. Who's somebody that really stood out to you? You know, we saw Blakey get a lot more minutes today than we had this season just, you know, after that injury. But is there anybody else that stood out with a good game? We saw Shettles with 16, Cooper with 14. Wynonna with 14 as well.
Yeah, I mean, with super balanced scoring attack, you know, and that's kind of who we need to be. You know, obviously Dennis is rapidly progressing, and we are starting to see the last 2 games or 3 games really like what we saw from him in practice that won him a starting job, you know. So, yeah, he's getting more and more comfortable out there. Obviously, he can really affect the game with his length and his intelligence on offense, and he's a lob threat and all that stuff. So, yeah, Dennis's growth is paramount to our team. You know, Mitch got beat up a little bit and, you know, was out with the bloody nose. Like, I think Leo Chaikin is kind of the heart of what we're doing on both sides of the ball right now. You know, obviously didn't make a field goal, but, you know, lived at the free throw line, had 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and, you know, is flying around defensively with a bunch of different assignments. Jordan Cooper is super talented and can really affect the game, you know, and he is starting to settle in here. He's really shooting the ball well, made a big shot down the stretch there. You know, and at the end of the day, like, we're going to be a sum of the parts team. Like, with Blakey, like, he's still not 100%. You know, he's getting back into form. Like, he's, you know, before the injury, like, looked like he could have been our best player, you know. So, you know, getting him back to form is going to be super important, and we're very confident that he's going to keep getting better each and every game. So, you know, look, like, Alan Wright, freshman guard, like, is going to be a stud. You know, just has to, you know, keep learning and keep figuring out how to play at the college level, but, you know, obviously gives us a ton of good minutes there as well.
All right, well, thank you, Coach Enright, for joining us, and we'll see you next Saturday for the game there. Thank you for joining us on the Sullivan Tire Postgame Show.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
If you're not here for Fandom 101, you're in the wrong class. Here, we learn the fundamentals of fanology, the basics of bringing the noise, and the physics of bringing out. Your path to fan mastery begins here. It's all part of the curriculum. The NCAA championships. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/fan. Tufts.edu/tickets. Class dismissed.
Thanks for joining us here on the Owls Media Network on Flow College Sports. Tufts gets it done 82-79. If you want more Keene State College Owls, we'll be right back in just 30 minutes here on the Owls Media Network for women's hockey as they face Williams College. For Ryan Goodwin, I'm Carson Flake. See you later.
You have been watching a Keene State Athletics broadcast on the Owls Media Network. Please tune in to our next broadcast and thank you for watching.